Now this is where the grindiness of the Teeming Dragonstorm comes into play. Could just keep reoccurring it. Nice. What's going on YouTube? Achilles here, and today I put together an Orzhov dragon list. For this one, the inspiration came from Teeming Dragonstorm. When this enchantment enters, create 2/2/2 white soldier creature tokens. When a dragon you control enters, return this enchantment to its owner's hand. So, if you play a control game strat and play this, and then play a dragon here and there and just keep playing this, then you'll have a ton of value, and you just have to have a bunch of stuff complement this, and then you have a deck. So that's the whole idea. We play a control strategy with some top-end dragons, which also have a lot of good value on them with their omen abilities. And then we play them, and we try to overwhelm the opponent. And remove everything, exile everything, and just try to overwhelm that way. So let's get right into this list. We got 4 Caustic Exhale, 4 Osseous Exhale, 3 Temporary Lockdown, 4 Teeming Dragonstorm, 4 Scavenger Regent, 4 Leyline of the Void, 4 Riling Dawnbreaker, 4 Sunfall, 4 Purging Stormbrood, 1 Virtue of Persistence. The lands we got 3 Plains, 3 Swamps, 4 Concealed Courtyard, 4 Restless Fortress, 1 Shadowy Backstreet, 1 Cavern of Souls, 3 Demolition Field, 1 Fountainport, 2 Maelstrom of the Spirit Dragon, and 2 copies of Mirrex. Don't forget to like the video and subscribe, and if you want to become a member, you can get early access to videos, as well as member shoutouts. Let's get right into these games. Alright, what do we got? We got a lot of stuff, but we don't got a lot of lands. And I will tell you this deck definitely requires lands, because this isn't a early game or like a mid-range deck. I like to think of this deck as a control deck at its heart, because every dragon here, which is these 3, are all high drop dragons. I mean, sure, you could use the omen ability of them, but at the end of the day, you're not going to really win if you don't play these dragons and or that card that produces those soldiers. I think they're soldiers. Are they soldiers? Yeah, 2/2 white soldiers. So it looks like next turn is going to be a temporary lockdown turn. We need to just hope they play more creatures and go more wide, although they might be playing the Izzet deck, which is just a bunch of nonsense, and they're just setting up for a crazy turn, which is fair. I feel like if I temporary lockdown, I'm just gonna do myself a disservice, so we will make this 2/2 and just see what they do. I want to hit at least 2 things with temporary lockdown. Cool little interactions between the omen abilities of Riling Dawnbreaker with Stormbrood is you can play this, then pump it up with the other guy, which is a little interesting interaction. Okay, so this is definitely going to be the temporary lockdown play. We'll absorb this damage since, or we're going to lose our cool looking soldier either way. Are we temporary lockdown? Go Monstrous Rage. At least we'll absorb 2 damage that way, so we're going to take 9. Alright. Big Sun. I was going to say Big Sunfall. Big temporary lockdown. They're not out of this yet, though. They could totally just play something and get back in the game. But the move that I think I'm going to end up doing is play Regent, pump it up with Absorb Essence ability, and gain 6. Yeah, because if they don't kill me on this next turn, then I'll get myself out of range, I believe. If I get 1 more land too, that would be even cooler, because then I could temporary lockdown and do this ability, and that would really put him in trouble, in a bad spot. I mean, okay, so this is exactly what we need. We call Dragon. Wait a minute. We can't do that. We need the 2 white, though. I see. That's a shame. I wonder what the right play is, then. Part of me just really wants to get rid of that. Yeah, you know what? Let's do it. It just makes them have to recommit their mana to dig for pieces to do their little combo. Nice. So this is where we want to be. Should we go for another dragon? Nah, you know what? Let's get ourselves out of range completely. Because who knows what they could play. So why not just do it this way? Gain a bunch of life instead. And it's until end of turn, I believe, that ability. I'm just gonna... Until end of turn. That's a shame. Too bad I don't keep all of it, you know? It'd be really cool. Could easily go Sunfall right now. Not Sunfall. I keep saying Sunfall. Could easily go Signaling Roar to get the soldier out, but in some weird scenario, maybe I need the dragon. So we'll do it this way. That wouldn't be enough to win. So we'll swing. We'll just play it safe. Swing for 4, and then we'll go Teeming Dragonstorm afterwards. Ooh, they waste their whole turn. And a card to get rid of that. That's fine. Let's just build another board. Do it this way. Now this is where the grindiness of the Teeming Dragonstorm comes into play. Could just keep reoccurring it. Nice. I love to see these aggro decks struggle because their window of opportunity has passed, so it's just funny to see them try to like grind out this interaction, like, oh yeah, you know, just destroy this, everything will be alright. Nice. Alright, we get to go first. Let me keep this. So my mindset is I don't have to bring out the creature token on curve in this kind of situation because it's not like an aggro deck and I don't have to prove a point by bringing out a creature. Especially since they're playing a reanimator deck, I really don't care. If anything, I'm just doing myself a lot more justice than, with the Leyline out. So we just played a little slow till we get all our mana up. Yeah, I'm in a little bit of a headlock, so to speak. But since we have another dragon for the Caustic Exhale, I think it is justified. If that was my only dragon, I wouldn't have wanted to, but I feel like just having the dragon for not only this, but even the whatchamacallit, the 4-drop that makes the soldiers, it's pretty important. I love to see everything get exiled. So beautiful. This is literally the reason why I commit 4 cards in my deck to Leyline of the Void for these kind of situations. And as you can see, it's very much so wonderful. It's just a great thing to see you play against a graveyard deck. Personally, this is more towards Omniscience because, yeah, that's the worst. So, even though we have this card, they could obviously just hard cast a 7-drop or something like that. So the game's not over because we're not putting enough pressure. So we are going to go into those mid to late game states where they are going to do that, but we're going to start it off with our good friend the Stormbrood on our second main phase, I believe. We're just going to swing first. They don't have anything. Play this dude, and we'll go from there. Okay. I was playing a Rakdos Reanimator deck a few days ago, I believe. I didn't play Bitter Reunion in it, though. I mean, maybe having the one of it would be really nice, though. Alright. So this is the move, guys. I'm just going to swing for 4, and then I'm going to play the Regent, and we're just going to be swinging in the air. Until they play something that's a threat that's going to beat me, then I think this is the move. Because if they can't interact with these, then it's good. I mean, they could. They just have to pay the ward cost. And it's just pick your poison at this point. It's, do damage, discard a card. That is so funny. What are you going to do with that Zombify? Love to see it. Okay, we get to go first. Only thing we're missing is a dragon. But besides that, not too bad. Ooh, this is going to be very painful for the opponent, knowing that I already have a Leyline of the Void out. Oh, so painful. I feel the pain for our opponent right now. Even though I shouldn't because they're the enemy. But, do I keep the Virtue up? This is 5 damage to something, though. Maybe I'll just Virtue it now, get it out of the way. It is counterintuitive to play the Virtue of Persistence with Leyline of the Void, but the mindset is, if you play this, you can at least bring back your own creatures, because Leyline of the Void only works on your opponent's graveyard. So that's just the mindset with that. I am not going to commit my mana to the 2/2. I'd rather reoccur the Dragonstorm later. Especially since our opponent can't do anything. It's like, what are you doing? That's so great. But the good thing is, at least with the wording on that, even though they get exiled, they get to return the card to their hand. Alright, so draw. Go for Dragonstorm. Which, this deck, if you really think about it, it's not the most flashiest, it's not the most over-the-top plays, but it's just about these little turn-to-turn interactions that matter, that make the deck. Just having, limiting the access of the graveyard, making a bunch of soldiers that are just going to keep coming every turn. It's not too shabby. And if we didn't have the Leyline, even with 2 mana, the Insidious Roots would be super troublesome to deal with. But I don't think those kind of decks really main deck anything to get rid of an enchantment, because their whole deck is committed into just doing the most they can with Insidious Roots. Nice. Okay, we get to go first, and going turn 1 Shadowy Backstreet is really good, so we'll keep this. Honestly, I might need that, depending on what they're playing. Although I could regret it too, because we have all this other removal. Oh yeah, I'm totally regretting it. Without Leyline, we might be in trouble. Oh my god. Well, the good news is they are not going to use the Founding of the Third Path to reuse Helping Hand. So at least we got them there, and they're not an Omniscience deck, which I'm personally happy about. Like, I really don't care about the Oculus. It's more of a game that's more interactable. Like, we could at least, you know, just play a regular game compared to just doing that loop with Omniscience. So, you know, I pick and choose what I play against. This is fine. Next turn is a Sunfall turn. For now, we do this. There's no point of... just gonna buff something up, what am I saying? Alright, so we just pass. And the looming threat of Sunfall will just drop on the board shortly. One thing to note, though, is even though I am going to Sunfall, they are going to Helping Hand. Just to bring back another thing. I am going to end up using Sunfall again, then. Yep, I mean, I don't really have much of a choice. That's fair. The question is, do they commit more mana to the board, or do they hold up like a counter or something? Which, honestly, it'll stink if they have a counter for us, because then we're really going to be in trouble. So, moment of truth, let's say. Huh, nice. Alright, so now let's see what they got. I think that's all the Oculus is out of their graveyard. They just have a bunch of Djinns, which are still very threatening, as you can see. Jeez. Part of me just wants to do the -4 to get rid of that. I think that's what I'm going to do. Because they could easily just bounce it and then hit me with a big swing. So at least this way they're trading, which they would have done either way if the Djinn swung. It's just taking less risks this way. Oh my god. Alright guys, this is ridiculous, but I gotta do it this way. I mean, you could say, yeah, sure, I could go for Virtue, but then I take a big swing, and I don't want to. I want to keep my 16 life. Oh my god. That's ridiculous. Yeah, so... What? What does one do in this situation? Do I just play this dragon? Or do I go for the Virtue? Okay. I'm guaranteed to take this damage next turn. So, the whole mindset is, I'm gonna get a blocker for the Djinn next turn. And then I'm going to try to deal with the Djinn accordingly. But I'm gonna have to take this hit. My Jin's not going to be as strong as theirs, though, unfortunately. Although now I could technically get rid of it. Could also play it for 7 mana after all. Okay. Move counters from one target creature. It's not gonna matter. Alright. So this is the plan, guys. We're gonna do what we can. Which isn't that much, but let's see. They do have one negate. But even with that being said, we're going to use that to our advantage, hopefully. So we are going to Behold a Dragon to do -3. They're going to use negate. Really? Very interesting. Okay. So they let it go through. I literally did not see that coming. You do that. They're going to bring it back. I see. We don't have the dragon to behold. Oh, but we do make it cost 1 less. Because of the Haughty Gen. Nice. That's cool. X is 5. That's a shame. Oh, wait a minute. X is 6. What am I saying? But then they could counter it. Yeah, that's the problem. I gotta figure this out. Let's see if they counter this first. I'm trying to just get them to discard that negate. It's not going to be easy, but I did that at least. I guess I'm just going to build a board that they can't swing over. Because I'm going to get something every turn with the Virtue, so I'm just going to look at it like that. I mean, sure, they get their thing with the Oculus, but still, we got to do it somehow. Block it like this. You could also bounce something. Just block it with everyone. But now I get their Oculus, which is going to be cool. We get it. Hey guys, thanks for watching the video. Tell me what you think of the deck in the comments section down below. Please like the video and subscribe if you have not already. And if you're new here, just know I have new videos coming out every day. Hope everyone has a great day. Take care.